Hello, this is Claus Jensen presenting a brilliant game from the Chinese Championships. The game was played last week and is one of the most spectacular games I've seen for a very long time. So please enjoy Zhao Jun playing the white pieces against Jun-Deshun from round 9 of the Chinese Championships, and the game starts d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4, the Nimzo Indian, a3, bishop takes c3, b takes c3, c5, e3, b6, bishop d3, knight c6, knight e2, bishop a6, e4, and here the normal move is probably knight a5 here, putting pressure on c4, but white ignores this threat and plays e5, knight g8, knight g3, and when black takes on c4, then knight e4, and white has compensation for the pawn because of the very nice square on d6, and also black hasn't castled yet. So in the game here, black played castle instead, and then came bishop g5, and now the threat is e5 from white, and h6 was played. White retreats the bishop to keep the pressure on f6, plays bishop h4, and black decides that he may just as well remove the bishop immediately, so he plays g5. It's double-edged. It's always a double-edged to play a move like g5. It does relieve the pressure on f6, but it also weakens the king position because it's now much easier for white to attack the black kingside pawns. So another possibility in this position was perhaps to play e5 instead, to prevent white from playing e5. But then after f4, white would still be able to put some pressure on the black position. So g5 was the move played in the game, and bishop g3. And this diagonal is actually also quite nice for white, especially the d6 square. So black plays d6 to minimize the scope of the bishop. f4, white starts the attack on the black kingside pawns without hesitation. Knight a5, f takes g, h takes g, and castle. And the position is a little unpleasant for black, because his king could very quickly be in trouble. And Deshun decides to try to trade off his knight for the bishop on g3, so he plays knight h5 in this position. And black does succeed in trading off the bishop, but definitely not the way he had expected it, because white now plays the very deep and very surprising bishop sack, bishop takes d6. Wow. Queen takes d6 and e5, and now the idea of the sack is quite clear. With all black pieces far away from the king side, white hopes to be able to launch an attack on the black king, a decisive attack on the black king. Queen e7, knight g3 is another very nice move with two intentions. One, it deflects the knight from the protection of f6. This is important because white wants to block this square to prevent black from playing f5, which would make it much easier for him to defend the position. And two, it opens up a path for the queen to join the attack very quickly on the king side. Black takes on g3, and now comes another brilliant move, rook f6. White doesn't take back the knight. It's much more important to block this square. And we can see why, because if h takes g3, then f5, e takes, en passant, rook takes, would make it much easier for black to defend the position. So he has to play rook f6. It's a very strong move. And then came, well, in the game, black played king g7, and it's very difficult to see how black should defend. And it's probably the best he can do. And the idea is, of course, that if h takes g3 now, then rook h8, trying to mobilize some defense. But another nice move was played from white. Again, he doesn't take the knight, he plays queen g4. Much stronger and giving black no time to mobilize. Rook g8 and rook h takes g3. The fixed weakness on f7 is a problem for black, because he cannot put a rook on f8, as this is the escape route for the black king. So he tries to bring his knight to help in defending the f7 pawn. Rook a to f1, knight g8. And now white plays queen e4, a nice central square for the queen, where it can go both to the king side, trying to mate the black king, and also threatening the rook on a8. Black offers a queen exchange. White says no thanks. Rook h8, black covers the check on h7. So how should white proceed from here? Well, Jun has the answer, as he plays the spectacular queen g6 check. And this amazing move leads to a forced mate in all lines. In the game, black played f takes g6, and then came rook takes g6, king h7, and now follows a few discovered checks, and black is caught in a mating net. Rook takes g5, king h6, rook g6 check, king h7, rook g4 check, king h6, and now comes rook f6 check, king h5, and rook h4 check. And now black is mated on the next move, and therefore he resigned the game in this position. And this is surely one of the most amazing games I've seen for a very long time. And I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did, and I hope to see you on my blog at klausjensen.com. Bye bye for now.